18 WJTS Sports presents the Washington Hatchets versus the Jasper Wildcats. This game's brought to you by DuBois County Tire and Supply, McDonald's, Carpet Warehouse, Eubler & Sons, Mariners Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, and Westside Dairy Queen. Now let's go down to the court.
Welcome to Jasper High School. Tonight the Jasper Wildcats are back at home against the Washington Hatchets. The Wildcats 9-2 against the Hatchets 6-5. Hello everybody, I'm Craig Schneider along with Andy Noblet tonight and Jeremy Markos on the video. And Andy, the Wildcats last week had their first conference loss against Evansville North, falling in that basketball game 55-44. Now, I want you to put on your coaching hat, of course, which, as a coach and as a player, when you have a situation like that where it's like Jasper's kind of rolling along in the conference 5-0 at that particular point, and you come off that first loss, how do you prepare for your next opponent, especially when you have a week in advance like that?
Yeah, I think, first of all, we played 3 games last week, so getting plenty of rest is important, not getting the kids back too soon. But then trying to focus on your mistakes and trying to improve those things that, that you're seeing on film. So taking a couple of days as a staff, kind of reevaluate how that game went. And, from my point of view that night, I thought we missed a couple of easy baskets that would have given us some confidence inside, and then it kind of snowballed on us a little bit. But I thought we got quality shots against Evansville North. They just didn't go down. Right.
And the other thing, too, in a basketball game like that, Moondy had a nice game with 21 points. Forley scores 11. But between those two, they're scoring 32 out of 44 points that the Wildcats were able to put up. So we really need to see that third option, don't we?
Yeah. Diversifying the offense is something I know that we're trying to do. And I know we're trying to get people to move a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Whenever we create movement, you get a little more screening going on, you'll see more than just the first option, that it should open up other options.
Right. All right, well, we're taking on a Washington team that started out 2-5 on this season, but since then they've won 4 straight. They're again in the Packet Athletic Conference, no longer a conference foe for the Wildcats, and we won't face them in the sectional anymore. But, again, it's always a big game when we're playing the Hatchets.
Yeah, it's a rivalry game for us, and, a lot of pride in both programs when it comes to basketball, and so expect a dogfight tonight.
All right, so we'll get all set here for the starting lineups, and the Jasper Wildcats got Tanner Ernie back in the lineup, who we missed last weekend. So they'll start along with Carter Moondy, Grant Young, Connor Foley, and Gus Heichelbeck. And the Hatchets are out there with Tyler Boyd, number 3, Dalton Thurston is 11, Logan Reister, number 13, Zach Mann is 14, and Joa Harrell is number 24. And Logan Reister, big night last night. He scored 26 of their 51 in their win over North Knox. They won that game 51-34. So Pat's going to have to keep an eye on him because he's a really good three-point shooter.
Looks like the Wildcats, a little physically bigger inside, so it'll be interesting to see if we try to get the ball inside early.
All right, so that's a wide open shot there for Grant Young, who actually hit 4 3-pointers in the Friday night game last week, but not able to connect on that first one there. So the Hatchets will have their first possession. No score yet, just underway here. The Wildcats against the Hatchets.
Looks like 5-out offense from Washington. No post players permanent. They're going to be moving a lot.
Yeah, their tallest starter out there is 6'2", and that's Logan Reister, and I think he plays a little bit more on the perimeter. All right, so the Hatchets into their offense, and short on that three-point shot is Zach Mann, so the Wildcats will come the other way.
I like the fact that Gus came a long way to come get that rebound. We need to have that tonight.
Right. Okay, so the Wildcats look like we're facing a 2-3 zone there a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a little bit of man. Let's see. We're going to cut through. Yeah, it is man.
All right, so Cats have seen a combination of that. It seems like when they typically do run the 2-3 zone. But, yeah, Cats are able to stay in their motion offense whenever they do face up a man-to-man defense like that. And there's a nice cut there for Gus, but coming up short on the shot. Can't get this follow-up up there as well. So Grant Young tries to attack the lane, and he's going to step on the sideline. And that's one thing with Gus's shot. It seems like whenever he gets that point-blank shot, he's just been a little short on putting it up.
Yeah,
there.
I think sometimes he puts his hand under the ball. It's hard to control, and maybe try to get that hand behind the ball and maybe have a little bit better touch.
Right. And we'd like to see him start to pick up his scoring a little bit. He did hit his first three-pointer the other night against North, and that's an air ball shot right there by Logan Reister. And I was in that game last night where against North Knox, where he was able to, they fell behind 2-0 to start with that. Then Reister hits his first three-pointer, and they go on a 17-0 run after that, and then pretty well took control. So they're a real streaky scoring team.
Yeah, I think you kind of see they are trying to feel things out.
All right, so a little bit short on that shot. Three-point attempt there by Mooney, so no score yet. 5:55 on the clock here. First quarter action. There's an attack to the lane, and then a shot not able to go there for Dalton Thurston, so Cats quickly come the other way.
Really like to see him get the ball inside of Foley.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Foley there at the top of the key. Is that a situation like, okay, he's there and he gave up the ball to him. Should he let him get down into that low block in that situation?
I think coaches want him to go ahead and reverse the ball and then find his way down into the low post.
Right. Again, most teams like to utilize that inside-out attack with their offense. There's a wide open shot on the way, and it's the first bucket of the ball game, and that's going to go to Joel Harrell, who hits a three-pointer and gives the Hatchets an early 3-0 lead. They're able to get it down there into Gus, so he's manned up straight up against Harrell. Now Foley on the other side. He has to extend out, so good defense by the Hatchets here, but Foley sees an opening into the lane but can't get that shot to drop.
That was a great shot. He just rimmed out.
All right, so good defense by the Wildcats to get back into position as they try to push the ball up the court there. 4:44 on the clock here. Hatchets with a 3-0 lead. Nice job there by Carter to come up with the steal.
The Wildcats like to use that side ball screen, and that's the way we get the ball right into our bigs.
Well, Foley really had to work for his last two shot attempts. Neither one of them go. There's no contact either, so not a single foul been called in the first 4 minutes of this ball game.
And only one basket.
Right. So 3-0 Hatchets with the lead. Corner shot is going to go, but not fall for number 11, Thurston. So Jasper quickly the other way, and a little bit low on that feed to Carter, and he's not able to handle it. So another turnover for the Cats there.
Not good. Just a little bit of a spacing issue, and didn't put enough power into the bounce pass to get it to come up.
All right, so Auburn's going to check in for the first time. He was in the starter's role last week in the two Wildcat basketball games against Vincennes Lincoln and Evansville North. Cats split those two games last week. Still with an outstanding 9-2 record in the first half of this season. Still just 3-0 with 3:43 on the clock, so a little over 4 minutes played, and Cats are still looking for their score. Around with another three, and he is 2 for 2, so he's got 6 points, all 6 points of Washington. They have a 6-0 lead over Jasper right now. So where are the Wildcats going to find the offense here, Andy?
Well, I think we're going to try to find the ball to Carter. I think they're going to screen away here and see if they can't get him on a little curl.
Cuts through the lane there, then Tanner then drives. So Foley now going to little one-on-one action. Nice cut to the basket there by Tanner Ernie, and again, that's what the Wildcats were missing last Saturday night.
Yeah, he does a great job of reading the defense and finding those open gaps inside the kind of a packed-in man.
So the first score for the Wildcats, 6-2. Washington still leads with 2:51 to go here in the first quarter. There's a drive there, now a feed into the corner. And another three-pointer flies there. So Thurston missed his first couple. Now he finally hits one. So all 9 points coming from beyond the arc there, 9-2.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. When you're small, you can put shooters out on the perimeter, wait for defensive laps, and then being able to knock those shots down is a big help in high school basketball. What
a move by Tanner Ernie. Nice spin in the lane there and able to draw the contact, not able to get the shot up and in, but again, he just finds those spots in that lane, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's got a little bit of a head fake there that gets people off balance and then finds his way to the free throw line.
All right, so Tanner will step to the stripe. And he is short on that free throw. It's just one big struggle for him this year from the free throw line, shooting just 35%. 8 of 23 coming into tonight, so he's looking to improve on those numbers.
Yeah, I think Tanner's trying to find routines that are going to work for him, and I think that sometimes maybe he overthinks it a little bit.
All right, so Spencer Englert's in for the first time. Gus is back in for Foley, and he's just 0 for 2 on that trip to the foul line, and the Hatchets are able to save the basketball, so they have a 9-2 lead at the 2-minute mark.
Yeah, let's see if we can play a little better perimeter defense here.
Another three-pointer shot there, this time by Reister. So he's still looking for his first points after scoring 26 last night.
And we're going to give Mundi a quick break here and get maybe just a break so that he can come in right at the beginning of the second quarter.
So nice defensive play there by Zach Mann to deny that pass into the lower block there. So the Cats will inbound here with 1:43 to go here in the first quarter, trailing by 7.
I'd really like to see us hit that post. Gus is trying to post up. Just a little congestion there at this point for our guards to get it in there.
Yeah, we just really need to take advantage of our size down low, don't we?
Yes, we do.
All right, so he sets a nice screen there, but Gus then extends out.
There we found him.
Gus may have got away with a walk there, but gets the follow and finally gets the shot up and in. So it took him a couple attempts, but Gus gets the first 2 points of the game for him and makes it a 9-4 game.
Yeah, I'd really like to see our bigs maybe use the window a little bit. Use the backboard and just bank it in instead of trying to have touch.
All right, so nice feed down low and a beautiful block there by Grant Young and able to save it. An outstanding play, so the Cats quickly push it. Tanner Ernie gets to the lane again, but he is called for travel this time. All right, so nice job there by Grant Young defensively, both not only with the block but the save, but the Cats can't convert the other way, so Foley's going to come in with 53 seconds to go, and then Mundi's going to come back in. So the Cats with their Tanner sitting down, so most of their starters out there along with Englert.
Yeah, it looks like Englert will take the point for the Wildcats, and then Mundi and Albrain will be on the wings.
All right, so 46 seconds here. I'm sure Washington's going to try to work for a good shot up till about that 30-second mark is usually when we see them kind of hold for one. All right, so Rowell didn't get the shot there. So now they continue on. Now they're looking for one shot with 24 seconds. So that's where Tyler Boyd will hold on to the basketball. Now they're down to 18.
See how the Wildcats defend. If we leave, try to help on the first pass here.
All right, so we're down to 5 seconds. There's going to be a look from the wing, but a good defense there by Albrand to kind of deflect that shot. I don't know if he made contact with it, but regardless, he made him alter his shot, and it didn't go. So we'll take a break. The Hatchets lead the Wildcats by 5, 9-4 here on 18 WJTS. So the Hatchets will have the ball to start the second quarter here. 9-4 is our score. Hatchets with the lead over the Wildcats. Cats looking for some better offensive flow, I'm sure, as far as get back into this ball game here in the second quarter. Again, pretty well tight man-to-man defense we're putting, especially out there on the perimeter.
Yeah, I like the positioning. They have a lot of flare screens, and we did better on that possession, denying those flare screens.
Well, Zach Mann saw an opportunity there as he had fully extended out, so he just attacked the lane, was able to find a wide open shot there. 11-4 is our score, so Jasper back into their offense here. Mundi with a three-point shot and just rolls off the front of the rim there. So Cats, again, just 4 points scored so far in this basketball game. We play a quarter in a minute here.
Washington has not switched. They're the same offense. They're getting the shots they want. And we've got to do a better job of reading their screens and denying them those opportunities.
Well, they come down and, as far as with that motion offense where they're setting the screens down low and extending that guy out to the wing there. Way short on the shot there, so a little bit of forced shot there by Zach Mann. So Jasper will have a chance here, but
Let's get another inside touch and see if we can't then maybe find Mundi open whenever our post players get the ball.
Right. Okay, so the Cats get into it. Foley is out high, so he needs to get down low into that position, looking to try to set a screen, but now Tanner comes out. There we go. Finds that double team. Now Gus has it down low. Boy, they just do to attack our big men when they get down low. Three-pointer is flown right there by Grant Young, so big shot for him.
Just a good job of stepping forward and knocking that down, having the confidence to let it go.
All right, so here come the Hatchets on the attack, and again, drive right there by Logan Reister. Just too easy for him to get those 2 points, and they just get those points right back. 13-7 is now the score. So again, this Washington team, not a lot of size, but a really good quickness. And they're also giving us a disruption on the other side of the floor, playing very good defense down there.
Yeah, it was a good double team. Connor got stuck on the baseline, picked up his dribble. Can't do that. Just dribble it back out and reverse the ball. Maybe we can find Gus on the other side.
13-7, Jasper trailing. And this Washington team, as I mentioned, started out 2-5. Here's a three-point shot that doesn't go, but the Cats come down with the rebound. And one of those wins was a huge one over Lagodi when they knocked them off 50-45 on December 21st. So Jasper had played Lagodi at the beginning of December and lost that game 57-49. So that's one common opponent.
Yeah, Lagodi's got a nice squad that took us out of our rhythm, and I think that's what Washington's trying to do here too. Try to keep us encouraging long shots and trying to keep the ball out of the post.
All right, there's a good opportunity for Gus. Now there we go, off the glass, just like you said there, Coach.
Wow. Those guys are really effective when they really want the ball down low.
And that's the thing. Like in a game like this, again, Cats still within striking distance, obviously just down by 4 here, even though their offense is just a little slow to start here. So again, plenty of opportunities to still take command of this basketball game. 4:36 on the clock right now, so Hatchets showing a little patience on this possession. But of course, the Wildcats have something to do with that. Really good defense that we're seeing here. Now Foley, who leads the Wildcats with steals, and now that's going to be a foul on Carter Mundi. So it's the first foul on the Wildcats, and we played almost a quarter and a half of basketball here.
Yeah, I don't think we mind a foul on Carter as much as we would on Foley. So, that was good aggressive play. Connor did a good job of sneaking up from behind. At his size, it's hard for him to sneak up on anybody,
exactly.
But he did, and knocked away. Just unfortunate that there was collision.
All right, so the Hatchets don't go very deep with their bench. And they actually just had a substitution there. That's number 23 who's checked in. That's Bryson Nady, who actually last night saw his first action since having a knee injury last year. He had knee surgery and was just able to get back in that ball game last night and scored actually 8 points in that game. Oh, nice defense there. And that's Grant Young with the play. Now he gets it over to Tanner Ernie. So Young and Foley lead the Wildcat in steals. Both of them doing the job defensively on those last 2 possessions. Now there's a shot there by Gus, and just a little bit short, but Foley has to reach a little bit too far over number 13, Reister, and he'll pick up his first foul.
I like the fact that Connor was going to the rebound. One thing that a lot of coaches try to encourage is if you are being blocked out, to spin and maybe be able to get that from the side of the defender rather than going over his back.
Yeah. All right, so we're still at 13-9 right now. The Hatchets with the lead. And there's a three-point shot. He just had a hesitation there, but was able to get that shot up and in. So Dalton Thurston has got 6 points in this ball game for the Hatchets.
Yeah, right now the advantage for Washington is that we're a little slow coming out to guard those three-point shooters.
So Cats trailing 16-9. Albrand, he drives the lane, but he is going to be called for the offensive foul. So good position there whenever he made that move into the lane. So that is 3 quick fouls now on the Wildcats. First one on Albran.
That was good basketball on both ends. Jack did a good job of driving the ball. Their player was able to slide over and take it away.
All right. Hatchets have popped for 4 3-pointers in this basketball game already. So 12 of their 16 points come from beyond the arc, and this one's short there by Nady, but he's able to, oh wow, they call a travel there. So he was able to get his own rebound there, but obviously had a step or so.
Yeah, it was a little hop step. I think he got the rebound on one foot and then tried to reestablish himself, and can't do that, especially for that referee that's behind him. It's a little easier to detect.
Sure. Yeah, he was right there in that position, so he saw it the whole way. So Foley's back in the ball game for the Wildcats. Feed down into Ernie, and now Ernie can't get the shot to go, but Foley gets the rebound, and now he finally gets the scoring column tonight. First 2 points for him makes it a 16-11 game. 2:10 on the clock here in the first half.
And this last 2 minutes is going to tell us just exactly what we're going to have to do for the second half. So really like to lock in defensively and get a bucket.
All right, so Tyler Boyd picked up by Carter Mooney there. Tries to give it up. Good job by Ernie to at least disrupt the play, and he's still after it, but Washington's able to recover. 1:37 on the clock. Again, it's just been really good defense by the Wildcats, but we just left a few of those perimeter shots open for the Hatchets that they've been able to knock down to make the difference in this game so far. All right, so it's going to be a foul on Foley, and that is now 2 fouls on him. So he's got 2 of our 4 fouls. 1:27 on the clock. Cats trailing by 5. Just 2 fouls whistled on the Hatchets so far. So feed into the corner there for Nady. There's a drive opportunity. Now, good job to cut that off was Tanner Ernie. Now, Albran stays on his man, and not a very good shot there for Harrell. So the Cats have a chance here to cut into this 5-point lead for the Hatchets.
Yeah, we've moved Ernie inside now that Foley's not in there. So we've got Ernie playing more of a post position. That should give us a little more opportunity to drive the ball.
All right, so we got a rare foul called on Washington, just the 3rd one called in this half with 48.4 on the clock here, so nowhere close to shooting free throws yet. Probably won't see it here in this first half. 16-11, but Gus with a nice opening, and he draws the contact, so he gets an opportunity to add to that total. 6 points for Gus, so he's having a nice first half here.
Yeah, I like the fact, liked his, he was working before the pass actually got to the top of the key. He already had his man pinned and then waited. As soon as that ball was headed up that direction, he was able to quick spin and get him locked in, and more an easy basket for him.
So Heichelbeck perfect at the foul line there as well. So 3-point play gives him 7 points to lead the Wildcats. He's got double of the 14. Makes it just a 2-point game here with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Coach Gable's gone small now. Both of our bigs are out on the defensive end. Hopefully we can guard them just a little tighter on the perimeter, maybe get a steal.
All right, so the Cats attack with the trap there, and they're going to call a foul on the Wildcats there. That's going to go on Spencer Englert. So again, no free throws for the Cats with 30 seconds. That's a 5th foul called on the Wildcats. First one on Spencer.
Yeah, we had some funny looks down there behind the scorer's area. There must be some parents that didn't like that call too much.
All right, so we're down to 20 seconds. 80 gives it up. Continue to work it down there, and actually the Wildcats with a kick there. So
yeah, Spencer Englert very, very active in this trap, and good job of denying the reverse pass.
14 seconds. So they will hold for one here, but the Cats are really going after it. Good job by Carter Moondy to really tighten things up right there at the 10-second line. There's a drive baseline, good cut off there. Cats with good defense, but it leaves open a three-point shot as Moondy made an attempt on the ball there and left Nady wide open for the three. Doesn't go. Tight ball game here, 16-14.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness of our defense in that last 2 minutes and close the gap a little bit so that, coming out in the second half, we can get the ball back inside, tie this thing up, and then let's get on a run.
Are you happy with what you're seeing defensively?
I am.
I
think we've tightened up. I think we didn't understand their movements early, and that's where we got caught on some screens and opened up those threes. But we shut that down, and we've made them shoot a little more contested threes, and their percentage is definitely down from where the game started.
And what do you want to see from the offense?
I'd like to see us move a little bit more, and then I'd like to see our post players hold our position a little bit better, especially the maybe being able to post on two sides. And when we do that, you really have to have some good footwork and move around the defense and be able to insert the ball there using both a left hand and a right hand target. And I think that'll help us in the second half be able to get some easier shots.
All right, well, we'll take a half-time break here. Jasper trailing 16-14 against the Washington Hatchets here on 18 WJTS. All right, we're at halftime here as the Wildcats trail the Washington Hatchets 16-14. We'll take a look at the scoring here. First for the Hatchets, 4 players have scored, and they are led, a couple guys who've hit 2 3-pointers. Dalton Thurston hit a couple. Joe Harrell hit 2 himself in the first quarter, so they both have 6. 2 points for Logan Reister and 2 points for Zach Mann. For the Wildcats, 4 players have scored, led by Gus Heichelbeck, 7. 2 points for Tanner Ernie, 3-pointer hit by Grant Young, and 2 points for Connor Foley. So again, as we were talking there, the Wildcats just going to have to really pick up the scoring here in the second half. Again, anytime you hold a team to 16 points at halftime, that's huge, as far as what you're doing defensively, but you hate to only have 14 offensively.
Yeah, we missed some point-blank shots where just a little bit on the right side of the rim at 2 foot. So hopefully Cats can clean that up. And I think Washington's content for shooting those threes. So we really got to defend.
All right, so the Wildcats actually outscored them 10-7 in the second quarter to trim this to a 2-point game. So 3-pointer there by Moondy does not go, but a good offensive rebound by Foley, and so the Cats get back into their offense here. Good look there by Grant Young, and he's got his second 3-pointer of the tonight. So he's got 6, and the Wildcats have their first lead at 17-16, so a good start.
Just love the fact that a point guard will step in there whenever when the offense is kind of sputtering, and he steps in and knocks them down.
There's a 3-point shot, and again, just where he left off in that first quarter. So he starts off the third quarter with a 3. So Joe Harrell answers that Wildcat 3 and gives them their 2-point lead right back, 19-17.
Well, Washington was in a 2-3 zone their first possession. They got right back out of it.
So Gus down low. Now they got the double team, so he finds wide open Moondy, and he is just not able to get that shot to go, and that's going to be a push from behind. His good position there for the rebound was Connor Foley, but they'll call that foul on Logan Reister.
Yeah, I like his aggressiveness. We need to get to where we're shooting free throws here going into the fourth quarter. That's really going to help stymie them a little bit if they can't grab us.
Gus gets down to blocks, but finds the wide open man, and Moondy finally finds it. It's just a matter of time before he starts heating up.
Yeah, good job by Carter. Took his time, and that didn't even touch the rim.
Averaging 15.4 to lead the Wildcats in scoring, but there's a 3-pointer hit by Dalton Thurston, so they are answering the Wildcats' barrage here. So they get the lead right back, 22-20.
Yeah, the screener cut after the screen, and we had to defend the cutter, so that was tough. And now we've got a player control foul.
Yeah, this is going to go on Connor as he set that screen there, and unfortunately that's his 3rd foul, so he's going to have to take a break here in third quarter. So Jack Albrand will take his spot.
Yeah, one thing this lineup does is be able to follow all their perimeter cuts, so maybe this will help us defensively.
So Zach Mann gets to the lane, then feeds it out to the corner, and that's a 3-point shot that rattles around and drops. So the first point scored for Tyler Boyd come beyond the arc. So just like they did in the first quarter, 3 quick three-pointers.
Yeah, 5 bounces on that three-pointer.
I know. So we'll see if the Cats can match that, but there's a drive there by Grant Young. Gets in good position, goes up with the left hand, so a nice drive there. So he's starting to heat up a little bit. He's got 8 points in the ball game.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got 8.
Yeah, I like his quick first move, and then when he got in the paint, he took his time.
Yeah, and there's a three-pointer again, so they are just nailing it. This time Logan Reister, so 4 different players for them have hit threes, and now they've got a 6-point lead. Grant Young gets to the lane, and the Cats can't get the rebound after the shot there. So
we've got to cover these shooters. It's imperative we make them put it on the floor.
There's a drive to the lane, and they're going to say it's going to stay with the Hatchets here.
It's almost like they're playing horse, and we got to stop letting them give us letters.
That's right. So they have hit 4 three-pointers. Boyd, Thurston, Reister, and Harrell have all hit those. And they get the inbound play there, but Boyd's not able to get the shot to go, so the Cats are trying to push here. That sets up Albrand. Now he has to shot fake and gets to the lane. Now Gus with a wide open shot, and he drops it there. So 9 points for Gus. And
looks like maybe they're just going to fall down when Gus gets near them and see if they can get a call.
Right.
In college, that's a flop warning.
Exactly. So a 4-point game right now as the Hatchets drive the lane there. Brown gets the ball knocked away from him, and that's going to be still Hatchets' way, so good hands there by Grant Young to knock it away from him. 4-point game, Hatchets lead 28-24 with 4:36 to go in this third quarter. This game's moving right along. Reister attacks, then has to back out. Cats are extending their defense to try to cover the perimeter a little bit better, and good job there. That's actually outstanding control to control that basketball and just lays it for an easy layup for Tanner there, but good job there by Grant to set that up.
Yeah, good defense, good pressure on the basketball, kept them from running their offense, and got an easy bucket on that one.
So it's now a 2-point basketball game. It was just 6 a little bit ago. Cats with 2 quick buckets. 28-26 inside of 4. The Wildcats and Washington Hatchets still a big rivalry, even though we're not in the same conference or in the same sectional anymore. And there's a three-pointer, and it bounds around, and now we get the friendly bounce there.
All right.
Grant Young.
1-point lead for the Wildcats. Fans are coming to their feet.
So he's got 11 points and a 29-28 lead for the Cats as the Wildcat student section really gets fired up over here. Screen set there. Reister has to move it back out. Corral with it. Now he loses control, and look at that, another pick. Grant Young is playing an outstanding basketball game offensively and defensively, and he gets the benefits here. So he's got 13 to lead the Wildcats, and now the Cats with their biggest lead, 31-28. And Coach Gene Miller, who is now in his 47th year of coaching, 17th year at Washington, has to call a timeout. So both these coaches will get things settled, and we'll take a break. 3:01 on the clock, 31 Jasper, 28 for the Hatchets here on 18 WJTS. Sends his team back out there. Gene Miller sends his, and Grant Young's really making a difference in this ball game for the Cats, isn't he?
Yes, he is. His active hands, his strength, and his poise when he gets into the middle of the paint is just, it's phenomenal for a junior.
All right, so the Hatchets getting their offense. Drive to the lane there by Reister, has to kick it out, but he's left wide open, and when they are wide open, they hit him. So this time, Zach Mann, so all 5 starters have popped a three-pointer, and that's where their 15 points have come from.
Yeah, we got confused on the screen there. We didn't switch and then just left the shooter wide open.
So 31-31, that ties the basketball game, but Grant Young, he's been on fire, but can't get this one to go. Reister comes down with the board. So 2:26 on the clock here, tie basketball game at 31. Outstanding basketball game here on a Saturday night in January. Cats against the Hatchets. Drive to the lane there, and he tries to get the shot up, but that's actually going to be a foul on Drew Bradley, who's checked into the ball game. So he'll pick up his first foul, and again, They're not calling a lot of fouls. It's just the second foul on the Wildcats, one whistle on the Hatchets 6 minutes into this quarter.
Yeah, we're really trying to keep that ball out of the middle, and they've been able to drive it now. I think Gene's talked to them about a little bit about not settling for three-point shots, and now they're taking it to the hoop.
So Bryson Nady's in the basketball game again for the Hatchets, number 23. Reister gives it up. Now Boyd. Auburn almost knocked that one away. Bradley got man over in the corner. Now it's up top.
Yeah, they're going to force us to defend for 30 to 45 seconds to see if we'll break down, and not really looking to shoot right now.
All right, so we're at 1:27 on the clock here. Tie basketball game here. The Wildcats have scored 17. The Hatchets have scored 15 here in this quarter. Ooh, almost a steal there by Grant Young. He's got a couple already in this quarter. Now it's down to 1:08 on the clock. So we're starting to see some of that Davies County type basketball, just controlling the basketball, keeping it in your possession here as we get inside of a minute. Guess you can also call it Martin County basketball too. As
Yeah,
Lagodi
could be a
loves to
little
do the
bit of
same
everything.
thing.
Yeah, I'd like to see us go with the shot clock. I think we've had the ability to have shot clocks for quite a while, and you know, there's a reason why we're trying to reward the defense by playing good defense in the college game and also in the professional game, and maybe 45 seconds, something like that. But
sure,
it is a good strategy, and it is tough to take the ball from good ball handling teams.
All right, so we're down to 21 seconds. So Tyler Boyd against Albram. Zach Mann gives it back up to Boyd at 13 seconds. So they've been able to hold on to this basketball for close to 2 minutes on this possession. There's a drive, now feed to the wing there. Good job by the Wildcats to disrupt that, but they get the rebound, and a last second shot is going to come up short for Thurston. And the Hatchets and the Wildcats will take a 31-31 score into the fourth quarter. So we'll take a break. We are tied here on 18 WJTS. Again, getting ready to start the fourth quarter. 31-31 is our score. The Wildcats against the Hatchets. Craig Schneider along with Andy Noblet and Jeremy Markos on the video giving you the call tonight. And yeah, you were talking about that during the break, that they're almost getting a 2-for-1 possession here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're getting 2 possessions. We don't get to touch the ball just because of the sharing the ball at the end of the quarter here. So possession goes back to them, so that they could get 6 but we would get 0 out of it. So it's a good basketball strategy, especially without a shot clock.
All right, so Nady just attacks the lane right there, and kind of a wild shot there. I'm sure Coach Miller's not happy about that, but the ball gets knocked away and the Cats will hang on to it there. So
cheerleaders were woken up there, and so the front row guys that are getting rowdy down there, that ball shot right up there. I think everybody's okay.
Absolutely. All right, so the Cats set the inbounds. They'll run their set play here. Is going to have to throw it out up top to Mundi. Grant Young finds Gus. Gus has got 9 points tonight. See if we can get him back involved in the offense. Mundi finds an opening, and he's short on the 3, but they're going to call a foul actually on the Hatchets there. Reister kind of backed into Foley as he had a clear handle of that rebound there.
It seems to be a strategy. Don't let Connor go back up. Take his legs out and make him take the ball back out of bounds too.
So they feed it into Foley. Kind of caught him napping a little bit there, but he's going to come up short, gets his own rebound, and he will draw the contact again. So that's 2 quick fouls on Logan Reister. That'd be his 4th.
That's big here in the fourth quarter. And, Connor's so big that 3 guys can push on him and he doesn't really fall down. That time, all 3 of them finally mustered enough momentum to knock him off of his block, and so that's why he's going the line.
All right, 7:20 on the clock. Foley looking to give the Wildcats their first score of the fourth quarter here, and a good shot there. So Connor Foley's been a little quiet tonight, just 2 points in the second quarter. And he hits a big free throw there to give the Wildcats a lead.
Yeah, we'll keep track of when Reister comes back in. 7:20 right now. Let's see when Gene will bring him back.
Gus with a nice rebound and a turnaround drop there. Heichelbeck now with 11 points in the ball game.
Great job by Gus getting his man underneath the basket and then catching it with one hand extended.
So the Hatchets will look to attack here down by 3, 34-31. Jasper with the lead. We're 1 minute into the fourth quarter here. Again, game means nothing when it comes to conferences, but of course both these teams always been rivals.
Yeah, Washington's on a streak, and we'd like to end that streak, and we need to get back on getting ready for next week too.
Okay, so Zach Mann with the basketball. Gus will have to extend out to cover him. Ooh, man, it looked like an opening there for Nady, but he didn't go to the lane.
Yeah, maybe a little hesitant after the last drive to the basket.
Right. And so Zach Mann loses his dribble, and they end up calling a foul here, and I think this is going to go on Grant Young.
I was kind of looking for a 5-second call there.
Or maybe 3 seconds. It looked like he was maybe just right there on the edge of that elbow. All right, so a personal foul on the Wildcats. It's 3 now on the Cats, 3 on the Hatchets. Again, they have not called many tonight. Zach Mann's got it. He's going to drive, and he's going to make a spin move, and good job by Gus to cut that off. Now he tries to muscles his way, but not much there when you're going against Gus Heichelbeck. And Nady launches a 3 that doesn't go, and that's going to be a foul on Joa Harrell. So that's the 4th foul on the Hatchets here.
That's going to be big. You've got to continue to take the ball inside and make sure that they maybe take a little of their aggressiveness down in under 4 minutes here, because they like to grab us, they like to keep us from cutting, and if we can get them in foul trouble, we'll go to the line.
All right, so the Cats with the basketball. They'll continue to attack, I'm sure, here. 5 minutes, 45 seconds. They have a 3-point lead. Tanner feeds down into Foley. Now he can push it back out. Now there's a drive, and he tries to feed it into Gus, but too easy of a pass there to pick off for Thurston.
Yeah, just bad spacing. Both bigs on the same side, and it's easy to defend.
Well, he's just got ice in his veins because he's missed 2 shots when he finally drills one there. So Nady hits his first 3-point shot tonight. Ties it up at 34. And the ball is dribbled right out of bounds there, so the Cats aren't able to answer that 3-point shot. So the Hatchets will have the basketball, and they bring in number 13, Logan Reister, with his 4 fouls back into the basketball game.
We're going to give Mundi a quick break and let him rest while we're on the defensive end. So Cats are trying to match up, trying to find people to guard. Right now we got Foley guard. Okay, we've switched. I was a little worried about Connor guarding the point guard.
So again, all scores for the Hatchets so far in this second half have been 3-pointers. They've hit 6 of them, and it's been from 6 different players. But there's an easy one. Oh, and he misses the layup, though. Zach Mann had an easy drive, didn't use the glass. And there's Foley, and he'll put it up and in.
Yeah, Reister was all over our back, not a foul call. And then good news is we took advantage of that and got an easy break.
So the Cats now get the lead back, 36-34. And there's a drive, and way too easy. So 2 times they were able to get to the lane. This time Boyd's able to convert. It makes it a tie ball game at 36. So John Gable wants a full timeout, and we'll take one as well. 36-36. Jasper and Hatchets tied here on 18 WJTS. All right, so the Cats will have the basketball after the timeout. Gus inbounds right there to Grant Young. So the Cats have all 5 starters back into the game as he got Gus back into the lineup during that timeout. Tries to feed it into Foley, and now there's a battle, and it's going to be a jump ball, which will go to the Jasper Wildcats.
Yeah, a little trouble trying to go big to big there. Didn't really pass fake, holding the ball kind of over our head, and it's kind of easy to defend when you do that.
All right, so we played half of this fourth quarter. It's 4:01 on the clock, and we are still locked up as we were at the end of the third quarter. 31-31 was our score there. Right now we're at 36 all. Good job here by Mundi to get down in that spot.
Yeah, great pass by Grant. Good awareness. Hit him right before he got to that block to be able to make the layup.
So a 2-point lead for the Wildcats. This game has been back and forth here in this fourth quarter. 3:28 on the clock now. Joe drives to the lane there, and he's able to get it off the glass. So they've been able to get to the shots in the lane here.
Yeah,
Grant Young left wide open, and he rolls it in. Grant Young having an outstanding night tonight. 13 points in the second half, 16 on the ball game. 3-point lead for the Cats.
I'm kind of curious how we're going to defend these now. We're going to go underneath the screens, or are we going to go through them?
There's a drive there by Reister. It doesn't go.
Yeah, I like the fact that we're making them drive.
All right, so John Gable calls a quick timeout. This will be a quick 20 here. So what do you think his thoughts here with this timeout?
Well, I think we extend a lot of energy on the defensive end right there. I think we saw our kids focus, trying to do the right thing. Now we can give them a little bit of a break before we come down here and shoot. You know, a big part of late game shots is being in great shape, but also coaches who give timeouts during that time period allow some recovery, and kids feel a little more confident in their shot when they take it, and so I think it's a big help, especially when you do it where they have to play defense before they get to go on offense. We're offensive only, so.
And a lot of times, you know, because we're at 2:39 on the clock right now, we got a 3-point lead, and in this game, a 3-point lead's been pretty well huge.
Yeah, that's huge. And maybe 7 or 8 possessions here where we'll determine how the last minute gets played. So I think John wants to make sure we're as fresh as possible.
I think we'll go maybe into a little ball control mode, kind of like what Washington did at the end of the third quarter there.
I think we'll just
Oh man, but there's a quick pick of the pocket there. And a drive does not go, and Harrell should have been called for another foul there, but
what?
They actually, what are they calling here? He's calling a personal foul, and I think it was on number 3, Tyler Boyd, because he made the steal and had a nice drive to the basket.
Yeah, I was just questioning, is Reister involved, because he came flying in there.
Absolutely.
But maybe 3 was pushing before Reister got there.
Right. Well, might have saved Reister there because he's got 4 personal fouls. 41-38, drive to the basket there, but before he's able to get that shot, though.
Yeah, we're 1 away from the bonus. That's where we want to be. Like to be there just a little bit sooner, but it's going to take a little of their aggressiveness away.
So a second personal foul whistled on Zach Mann. So Jasper will inbound. Nobody's coming out, and they finally get it into Tanner there. 3-point lead for the Cats, 41-38, 2:14 on the clock. Aggressive move there, but able to hang on to it is, and he throws it away. Oh, goodness, I think he expected was that Tanner that was over there?
Yeah.
Trying to extend out.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see what was going on there. We were a little bit blocked here by some people down the sideline, so yeah, we just want to pick up our dribble there, and if we do, we want to call timeout. We got plenty left, so use them all.
That's right, 3 timeouts for the Wildcats, 4 for the Hatchets right now. 2:06 on the clock. Possession arrows going to the Hatchets, but they trail by 3 as they go into their offense here. And again, they milked almost 2 minutes off the third quarter. At the end of the third quarter there, and we're at 1:59.
Yeah, a lot of grabbing the whole half, and now we're going to start calling every grab. So
yeah,
must be getting close to the end of the game.
So actually, Spencer English, who's in the basketball game, picked up that foul. Oh boy, almost a steal there. Corral shoots the three-pointer, and Foley comes down with the rebound. I think he thought he got popped in the face there by number 23, Nady, but no call. So the Cats with the basketball, 3-point lead, minute 45 to go.
Yeah, we're going ball control now.
Right. All right, so John Gable wants to call a quick timeout here to make sure everybody knows what we need to do, and also to get some subs in. So Carter's going to come in, and Gus is going to come in. We'll take a quick break here. 1:33 to go. Cats with a 3-point lead on 18 WJTS. All right, so the Wildcats call the timeout there. Make sure everybody's on the same page as we try to work this final 1 minute and 32 seconds off the clock. 6 fouls on the Hatchets, and there's actually a double team there, and they're going to actually commit a foul, so they're going to call this on Tyler Boyd as Carter was trying to split that double team there.
Yeah, we're going to the free throw line. So
absolutely.
We got Carter at the line. Looks like we're subbing defensively. Looks like our coaches had a plan going into that. That's good.
And the key right here is to hit at least one of them to make it a 2-possession game. Cats 41, Hatchets 38. And we got the right man there at the line. Carter Moondy shooting 85% from the foul line tonight. Held him only 5 points, but, oh, and that one does not go. So a crucial miss there for the Wildcats. We'll see if the Hatchets can make us pay. 1:17 on the clock. It's a 3-point game. Jasper with the lead. Oh, good job there by Young. Makes another outstanding defensive play at a crucial time of this basketball game. 1 minute and 7 seconds to go, and he gets fouled and will get a chance to shoot free throws.
Really active hands. Washington's frustrated, but can't stick the ball out in front of somebody that's got good hands. He's going to pop that ball.
Now Grant Young will step to the line. He's done a good job so far this year. He's only been there 9 times, hit 7 for 78%. So Cats will make a defensive substitution to help protect that perimeter as they bring Spencer Engler back in. And gets the roll. So important to hit free throws down the stretch to close out basketball games.
Grant's he got it on line, so when you keep it straight, it's got a chance to bounce in there.
All right, and he's got the touch this time. 2 for 2. Jasper now with a 5-point lead. Hatchet's going to have to work quickly here as we're coming up on a minute. Down by 5, and they have the basketball. So they're going to call a foul here on Albrand as he tried to work himself through a screen there.
Yeah, we're trying hard not to let anybody get around screens, and that's, it's an advantage. We only have 5 fouls, so
right.
Keep doing it.
All right, so we're down to 50 seconds now. Again, Hatchets trailing by 5, so we have to work quick. And Nady's going to launch a way deep 3-pointer and not even close there. So the Cats get a break and have the basketball 40 seconds. And right away, Tyler Boyd commits the foul there to put Grant back to the line. All right, not double bonus yet. That's the 9th foul there, so it's still 1-1, but Grant hit his last 2. Cats are 3 of 4 here in this 4th quarter from the foul line. And misses there, but a good rebound there by Albrand.
Yeah, Ernie tipped it. Nice job.
So it's just the little things that you need to do down the stretch there. So Tanner Ernie keeping that alive, and then they foul one of our best foul shooters.
And he gets 2 shots. That's wonderful.
So again, the Wildcats at the foul line, up by 5, 43-38 with 33 seconds to go. And an 85% foul shooter at the line, but he missed his last one, but hits this one. So 6 points for Mooney tonight. Short of his 15 points, but he doesn't care as long as he pops this free throw and just kind of clinches things here. And he does. 45-38, Jasper with a 7-point lead now, 28 seconds to go. Corral's hit him tonight. He hits another one right there, and quick timeout called by the Hatchets. So we'll take a break. 23 seconds to go. Cats with a 4-point lead here on 18 WJTS. The Hatchets got what they wanted there, and even when you talk about just getting a quick score, I mean, I know they're still down by 4. It's still a 2-possession game, 23 seconds, but to get back in the ball game, popping a 3-pointer as quickly as they did was big for them.
Yes, and see what our setup is here. We got 3 guards in the game trying to get this inbounded. I'm sure that they're looking for Carter to roll back.
All right, so they get the trap. Oh, good job there by Grant to get out of it quickly before they attempted it. Now Mooney's going to dribble out, and there's going to be a quick foul there. So This will go on Harrell there. That's
good job.
his fourth
Good
personal
execution
foul.
by the Wildcats. Got
Yeah.
the ball in, got it reversed, and then got it to your best free throw shooter. So, hey, good job by the seniors.
Okay, so 16 seconds to go as Carter hits the first free throw. So he's hit 3 straight here.
Yeah, tribute to Ernie there, and also to Albran and trying to get the ball all the way to the other side and let the clock run.
2 for 2. All right. So now it's a 47-41 game. 15 seconds to go. And drive to the lane here and just let him have it. And he scores quick there, and they call a quick timeout. But trailing by 4, it's 6.4 seconds to go. I mean, honestly, what do you tell your team at this point if you're the Hatchets?
Well, I think they're looking for a quick steal and a quick layup with another timeout. They're talking about grabbing us and not letting us cut, make the officials call the out-of-bounds foul. And so if you can't do that, you're going to be a little bit short. But I've seen it plenty of times where the quick steal and layup ends up being another out-of-bounds play, and you put yourself in the right position. Sometimes things work out for you. But we got veteran guards that probably won't fall into those kind of things. So we're just got to execute our out-of-bounds plays and get it in the hands of the right guy.
Yeah, and the main thing with the Wildcats, get the inbounds. Don't let them make that steal so that they can get that quick foul, and that way we're moving basically the position of the ball to the other side of the court as we go to the free throw line here.
Absolutely.
All right, so crucial for the Cats to get an inbound. He's wide open there as Grant Young, and they have to foul right away, so good execution there by Grant. He's just played an outstanding game all around.
He has, and having that much space to have to guard is very difficult. I like where the coaches ran that play out of the center court area. It gives the out-of-bounds passer good vision and be able to see who's going to be open, and then make it a greater amount of space for those defenders to have to cover.
Right. Okay, so Gus is going to sit. We'll bring in Englert. So Grant Young, I'm hoping I'm marking a solid circle, and I do in my scorebook here for another free throw. So he's 3 for 3. The Cats have hit 7 straight free throws down the stretch here, so this is huge. And second one rolls off, though.
That's the announcer jinx right there.
Sorry about that. And last second 3 does not go, but it doesn't matter.
Good
Jasper,
win by the Wildcats.
big time win over the Washington Hatchets. So the Cats, losing their first conference game last Saturday night, get a full week to prepare for this one and come away with a 48-43 win. So Andy, what's your overall thoughts on the basketball game?
Impressive. Wildcats came out a little bit slow, found ways to get some easier baskets as we came out at halftime, was able to get the lead, and then right there, that 4-minute mark last year may have taken a few too many threes, maybe wrong guys were shooting, and this year I think that's all changed. We're finding the people that I think we have a better idea of where guys can score, and we're making sure that we take those shots rather than maybe some hurried shots that we would have, and you can see how our record has flipped because of that.
Well, and the main thing, too, in this basketball game, we found ourselves behind, especially in the end of that first quarter, 9-4, tied it up, or actually still trailed at halftime by 2. So it's one of those games where it's like it was tight for the most part, but coming down the stretch in that fourth quarter, I thought that we really just did a really good job of protecting the basketball and popping those free throws when needed.
Veteran leadership. I think having lots of juniors and seniors that have been through this before, and not panicking and trying to do things maybe more than we're capable. So I'm proud of the Wildcats.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, you think as far as a basketball team, okay, your seniors are your leaders. That's not always the case. When you get a guy like Grant Young that can do that, and you get, Carter Moondy, those guys just have to have control of that basketball, and when they get the opportunities, hit those free throws when necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. As you mix classes, oftentimes it really doesn't matter your age, because your role on the team dictates what you need to do to help our team do well. And, if you're in football, it's the quarterback. Oftentimes in baseball, it's the catcher, not necessarily the pitcher. So having a guy like Grant Young that can handle the basketball, guard the basketball, and then get us the ball in the right spots so that guys can make things they're capable of doing, and it raises your shooting percentage. Anytime you shoot that higher shooting percentage compared to the team that doesn't do that, you're likely to win those close games, and we did it tonight.
And I'll tell you another thing, too, like Tanner Ernie, for instance, the way he knocked that ball away, I mean, it was crucial at that one point, and just the little things that he does on the floor. So
absolutely. You can't find a guy that works any harder than him. He's dripping in sweat with a minute to go in the first quarter. He's already ready to go and willing to do anything for us, and I think Tanner is kind of the epitome of Jasper basketball. He's not only a senior, he's also a leader. He's been through the wars, and he and quite a few of the other guys have supported our athletic programs here in the last week or year and a half. And so to see him do those kind of things, I think we're in the same position against North, just miss some easy buckets. And if we play North again and we're fresh and ready to go, I think we make those baskets and we'll have some postseason success.
Absolutely. All right. Well, hey, Andy, in your role as the coach for this Wildcat basketball program is as the freshman coach, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's talk about what that, first of all, your freshman team this year, and then also what it means as far as getting that team prepared to eventually be playing on Friday and Saturday nights.
One of the biggest challenges we have, just because we have Holy Trinity School and we also have Jasper Middle School, we bring those two groups together.
Right.
So molding those guys together, developing a common offense that will help translate to next year as a JV and varsity, that they understand some of the concepts that I like to do, but also how those concepts will lead to Coach Begley and Coach Gable, and in the future it becomes a huge part of our development. And so our freshman team, we've got some really nice sized kids. We've got some guards that can shoot the ball a little bit, and we're learning. And the other part about those two teams coming together is the schedules are just a little bit different. We play a lot of the SIAC schools. We'll play, for example, Castle on Monday night. In middle school, their two teams are split into Castle North and Castle South. So they're merging those two schools together. So that team becomes much more competitive as freshmen. So our middle school kids who have maybe played well against the North team and the South team, well, now we've kind of come together with Holy Trinity, and they've come together as North and South. So the level of the game rises whenever you have more kids at practice who are more competitive with each other. Then we go to play games. The game plays at a faster rate, and I think that really helps our kids. And people ask me, what do you think about the change in the SIAC?
Yeah.
I think it helps our freshman football team. I think it helps our freshman basketball team.
Absolutely.
Our baseball team has always tried to play all of their freshman teams in Evansville, but we didn't necessarily do that in football and basketball. Now we get to see Evansville Bossy as freshmen. Our kids get to play against them in JV. We can understand kind of what those guys are doing and their quickness and their athleticism, both at Harrison, at North, and we learn to adjust to that quicker now because they're on all of our schedules.
Right.
And so, it's one thing about being 4A is you're gonna go to the major metro areas. You're gonna in the sectional you're gonna play the Evansville schools, but as soon as you go to the regional, now you're getting Indy schools, Louisville schools, Clarksville, New Albany, and in that area. And so having that experience, not just when you go play the regional, but to actually see it when they're freshmen.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a huge, huge help. So
No question.
I love the change of the conference. It doesn't bring as many fans maybe, but it does bring, it does help our programs maybe develop a little quicker than maybe they would have in the Big 8, because a lot of the Big 8 schools were struggling to have freshman football teams. Their basketball teams were becoming scarce. There's no longer do they have the numbers to have an A and B team. We have enough kids at our school that want to play that we can put an A and B team out there if we can find other teams that do that. So having people like Memorial, who has lots of kids, gives maybe our number 7, 8, 9, 10 kids that maybe are splitting minutes, they get to play a lot. And so we try to match those up as best we can. And so the freshman program, it's different. We play on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays and Saturdays, and then the varsity's playing Friday, Saturday. So it's a busy schedule, but I like doing that. And just want to be as supportive as I can for our program. Being a basketball player here at Jasper was very special to me. Maybe didn't have the success in basketball as we should have, maybe, or maybe because we had so much in baseball when I was here. I look back and I really found my coaches that I played for that they encouraged us to try to play as many as possible, and playing basketball I thought was huge in my baseball career because of playing in front of thousands of people, and the JHS gym allowed you to relax because you'd been through that. And again, we've kind of got that veteran experience of guys that have played in these big games and big crowds, and they're able to concentrate and do things late in the game that helps. And that's why I'm back in the program, and why I love doing whatever John Gable needs or Terry Gilbert needs
Right.
to be able to help those guys out. And coaching the freshman team is it's a really cool experience for me because we grow so much from the 1st of November to February.
Oh, no doubt.
And so those kids are ready to compete at the JV and varsity level.
Right. And the other thing great, too, as far as our coaching staff, pretty well in all of our sports, and a lot of them, you know, as far as with you went to school here, you played here, you've been here for so many years teaching and coaching and all that with, you know, Jason Albrand, same thing. Caleb Bailey, and part of the basketball program.
Yeah, how about Jason Stamm? Yeah, Jason Stamm.
Yeah.
He's helping you with basketball and helping cover, but he was also our 6th grade basketball coach. And so, yeah, just having those guys and just the friendships that develop, you know, it's the reason why we went in this profession.
Right. All right. Well, thank you so much for filling in. Jason wasn't able to make it this weekend.
Well,
but,
I'm sure he's shaking hands with Hall of Famers up there. So, you know, he loves baseball, and I love the fact that he's part of our baseball staff, and he's made a huge difference. He and Coach Gobert are such good buddies, and it's made Coach Gobert smile many times to hear Jason's thoughts on things. So.
All right. Okay, well, we'll take a break here. I think we got Coach John Gable who's going to speak with us, so he'll talk about what the Wildcats were able to do to pull off this 5-point victory, 48-43 over the Hatchets. So we'll take a break here on 18 WJTS. All right, we're back once again here as the Wildcats knock off the Washington Hatchets, and we've got Coach John Gable to break it down. First of all, John, this is still a rivalry, isn't it? Jasper versus Washington.
It is a rivalry, and I think their kids got up to play us tonight, and you know, we'll start with Gene Miller and the respect I have for him and the job that he does. And he really only plays 5 guys, and tonight he might have played 6. I think he brought in the 90 kid who's he's been injured. He just come back off a knee injury. So I think this might have been even a second game that kid's played in, but he's a good shooter for him. But after last year, after what they lost, I just felt like, boy, Washington's going to be down next year. And Gene always has a way to piece the team together. And he's so good at coaching his guards and teaching his guards. And they move without the ball. They move constantly. They make it difficult to defend. And so they were everything we thought they were going to be. My hope would have been, we would have, especially early, we would have knocked down some more shots. We really did feel like if we could get to our 60 points that we always want to get to, that we had a chance to have a victory. And obviously that would have worked. I think, what was it, 48-43?
Yeah, 48-43.
And we had plenty of chances. We had plenty of chances to get to 60, especially in that first quarter where just nothing would go down for us. And, Washington gets some credit for that, but also we've got to look in the mirror and realize we've got to finish around the rim and execute a little bit better offensively, and we're not doing that right now.
But a game like tonight, it's really going to help the maturity of your team because, again, it was a tight basketball game. One, you fell behind early, and they led at the end of the first and also at halftime there. A tight game there is tied at third quarter. You got to pull these games out, and we're doing that this year.
We're manufacturing wins, and that's the difference. I think last year, and God love those kids because they busted their backsides.
Right.
We just came out on the short end of these so many times, time and time again. A missed free throw, missed opportunity, and this year, especially at home, Evansville Memorial, Gibson Southern, and now Washington, we've had some, and Bosse, we've had some games that have come down to the wire, and we've made plays when it counted, and I think that's a good sign of our character this year.
I think one player you got to single out tonight was Grant Young, offensively, defensively, and with leadership tonight.
Grant's one of those kids. He's hard to take off the floor. We've talked about him before. He's a perfect point guard because he can score, but that's not what he does first. He's always keeping his composure. He's never out of control. He's never gets flustered, and when he's open, he'll knock down a shot. He's pretty good at beating his man off the dribble, and the biggest thing he did tonight for us were he got the crowd into the game with some defensive hustle plays and got us some easy buckets with those defensive plays.
Right.
And he's very crafty at that.
Yeah.
He's good at understanding when to help and how to dig and how to tip from behind when he's got an opportunity, and he's always in the gap looking to help, looking to get a deflection, and that's big for us.
Yeah. And then also with Carter Mooney, again, scoring wasn't there in the first 3 quarters for him, but when it came down to crunch time, we had to get him to the line. I mean, guy shoots 85% from the free throw line, and he knocked him down there.
He shoots better than that in practice even. I don't know the last time I've seen him miss a free throw in practice, but he's the guy even everyone on our team wants him to have the ball in his hands. So, and that's a compliment to him. But what he saw tonight too is it's going to get worse for him.
Yeah.
Now, he did miss some open shots, but at the same time he had a hard time getting open shots because people are going to put their best defender on him, and they're going to hold, and they're going to be physical, and they're going to not let him come off screens and not let him cut when he wants to, and it's the secret is out. I mean, when he scores, we're better.
Yeah.
You know, if he gets his 20, or he's averaging 15, but he's been scoring 20 or so lately. If he gets his 20, this is a much easier game tonight, and Washington understands that.
Right.
So, and that's why it's fortunate to have a guy like Caleb Bakley on staff, because when Caleb played for me a few years ago, he had to put up with 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
His sophomore through senior year,
Right.
he was our go-to guy.
Yes,
and
he
saw a lot of different defenses on. So he can kind of counsel Carter through that and help him understand how to get open and how to deal with the frustration
Right.
and how to channel it better. And so it's good to have Caleb on board for that reason especially.
Right.
When I played, nobody was chasing me, Craig. So.
You're just glad to be on the court, right?
They were hoping I'd shoot it. So.
There you go. Well, and another player, we missed him last week. Tanner Ernie was out for both those basketball games. Felt like we really missed him in that North game. So what's the value of getting him back tonight?
It's just really, it's hard to put a value on it. It's hard to put a measurement on it.
But you're happy to have him, right?
Yeah. Well, he just brings so much energy to the floor. He doesn't score a lot of points, generally speaking, but he is he's our he had to guard their number 13 tonight, their best offensive player, and he's a kid that you really, we give him a few seconds here and there to take a breather, but I'm not sure that he needs it. His conditioning is good, his intensity is good, his focus is good, his effort is good, and the kids kind of feed off of that.
Yeah.
And just like Grant Young tonight, he made some defensive hustle plays that were huge for us. And another guy that we've been missing for 7 games now, who is the same way, is Michael Beekler.
Yeah.
And Michael practiced this week for half the week.
Oh,
He's coming off an ankle injury, and he was looking good and feeling good. And then he got COVID protocol. He's out till Monday, so just bad luck for that kid for a senior. But we really feel like we haven't been at full force for 7 games now.
Right.
And so we feel like once Michael's back and our rotation shores up a little bit, and we have another big to put in there, and Michael's defending and rebounding is a lot like Tanner's, and he'll just give us another option and another burst of energy. So we're looking forward for that too.
Well, especially when we get down the stretch to the conference season, because we got 3 big games coming up with there. Getting him back on the court is going to be huge.
Yeah, and not just conference games, but next Friday we have to go to Forest Park, and that is never, ever easy. It's one of the most difficult places for us to play. And as a compliment to the people of Forest Park, it's not a slam. It's they play with a lot of energy there. They shoot well there, and that's going to be a tough. We're going to have to play, even though we manufactured a win tonight, we're going to have to execute a lot better next weekend to win. And then we have to go to Evansville Harrison the next night after an emotional game with Forest Park. So it's a tough weekend next weekend.
All right. Well, your team looked great tonight with a week off to prepare for it, and came out with a big win.
We'll take it. I mean, once again, our offensive execution needs to improve, but we're going to take the win. We're not going to be upset about it.
Right. All right. Well, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you next week.
Okay. Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, John Gable. All right, so John Gable, thank you very much. And the Wildcats win at 48-43. And a quick check of scoring here is, I was going to double check here and see what Grant Young, most of his points came in the second half. I'll put my glasses back on here, but he scored 10 in that third quarter and 6 points, so 19 points he finished to lead the Wildcats. So a huge night for him. So the Wildcats 48, the Hatchets 43. So again, thank you very much for Andy Nobwitz filling in for Jason Stamm tonight, and for Jeremy Markos on the video. My name is Craig Schneider. It's the Wildcat Basketball here on 18 WJTS. Good night.